Wonder Woman, NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at One Youngster holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. And what is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we about to get into another wonderful episode of On Screen. And this is a special episode. We're gonna move everything out the way because there's a very special lady that we have to talk about. And that's a Miss Wonder Woman. Yo, I already love this film. Today, I also dropped my review of Wonder Woman. So, you can see my review. And now we're going to talk about Wonder Woman and what it means kind of going forward for the DCEU. Now, I'm still going to keep this pretty spoiler free. I might drop one, but trust me, I'm not trying to spoil. So if you haven't seen the film yet, which you should have, but if you haven't, check it out this weekend or maybe like on a cheap Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever the ticket sales is. But I'm going to keep it spoiler free as much as possible. So let's get into it. The numbers are in. The critics have spoken. Wonder Woman's a hit. We all agree on that. A lot of us felt that way, since we saw the Comic-Con trailer. It was crazy. It really got everybody amped and just excited to see what this will look like. And, the subsequent trailers, the posters, all of the posters were fresh. Just so much amazing imagery from this property that really got me amped to see it. It was on, one of my most anticipated, probably on your most anticipated. All kinds of people were waiting to see this. And it did gangbusters this weekend. Really dope film. So what does it mean for the future of the DCEU? Like, how are you feeling now? Are you hyped now? Are you feeling a little more at ease? Do you feel like the ship is starting to be corrected? Do you feel comfortable in where DC's going now? Because, regardless of how you feel, objectively, the boat that DCEU was in was a little rocky. The waters were choppy and, some things were going wrong. But I feel like with Hollywood being very, what have you done for me lately? Lately, we got a hit. So now we can kind of look forward to the future with a win like this. My next question to you is, where do you want Wonder Woman to go now? Because I'm pretty sure I believe they already announced it, but Wonder Woman 2, what are you interested in seeing? What are you interested in seeing for Wonder Woman and Justice League? Because I think this bodes very well for Justice League, her interaction in Justice League, her placement and her position in Justice League. It gets me more amped. Like, I want to see Wonder Woman again now. I want to see her doing another adventure right now. And if you want more, how do you, how is your faith in the other projects that don't include Wonder Woman? Like, are you still gung-ho about Justice League? Are you still gung-ho about something like The Flash or Cyborg? That's something that I really wanted to talk to you guys and get interested in, because now I feel that even though the Flash ship seems like it's been rocky, with the stuff that we've seen from Aquaman, I'm feeling very, very confident. I mean, just Aquaman's attitude in the Justice League trailer, the test footage from Aquaman, the photos of Queen Mara, you have Wonder Woman doing strong right now. I think that maybe they heard some of the critics, some of the fans. They made some changes, and those different directions that they're going in is something that I'm definitely down with. I'm super confident about Justice League this fall. I think Justice League is going to crush. We've already talked about the trailer, so I'm digging the trailer, but I feel a lot more at ease, and I think the future of Wonder Woman is going to be a very strong, a very independent, and a very vocal part of the league, especially in the way she speaks and addresses issues in her film. I see that carrying into Justice League, into maybe Aquaman if she's there, into Batman if she's there, stuff like that. And I love seeing her being the kind of hero that I expect to see from her. And since we've seen Man of Steel, we've seen BVS. We've seen Wonder Woman now. How do you feel about the Trinity? Do you feel that they've all been kind of well-defined? Do you think they've all kind of fit into their roles properly? Do they represent what you remember from the pages of the comic book, whether that be New 52, Rebirth, or the old school stuff, Bronze, Silver Age, Gold, whatever. Let me know how you feel about how they interact with each other and what they're representing as far as their personalities and their characters now. Because I feel that Batman is sort of in his kind of archetype of what I'm comfortable with seeing from Batman. Wonder Woman is definitely spot on, and Superman is kind of like, I don't think they've really given Superman a chance to be Superman. You know what I'm saying? The Superman that we know, the Superman that we love, the Superman that has made him popular enough to even warrant a film. But before we move on, let me remind you guys that you can find me on Black Hollywood Live. That's right, NERDSoul every day. But you can also check out celebrity interviews, after shows, sports talk, geek, nerd, tech, all that good stuff. And you can check it out right there at blackhollywoodlive.com. And once you check that out, come back here from week to week on new stuff at youtube.com/blackhollywoodlive. So, I know I've thrown a lot of questions at you because I'm very interested to get down in those comments and let's have a chat. Holla at me, I'ma holla at you. And my last question is, should the DC roadmap change? And what I mean by that is, whenever something new happens, whenever something breaks on the internet, or, whenever fans, fair weather fans change their mind or whatever, DC seems to like buck and change so quickly. People like Margot Robbie, so they wanted a Gotham City Sirens, then they wanted a Batgirl, then they wanted to make Batman, then they were like, well, we're not making Batman. Then they're like, yeah, we're making Batman. They wanted to make Man of Steel 2, then they were like, nah, we're gonna make BVS. And all of these things. Do you think the roadmap should change to a more solid footing? Because there's a lot of films that are in flux right now. What do you want from DC? Like, for me, I want a very clear defined path. Like, now, what I want is Justice League, then I want Aquaman, I want Cyborg, I want a Wonder Woman 2. I know we're not gonna get Flash just yet because they can't seem to figure that out. So I want, Aquaman, a Wonder Woman 2, and maybe a Wonder Woman 2 and a Man of Steel 2 in the same year. Something like that, where maybe they are able to cross-pollinate on each other's films, something like that, and maybe sprinkle in, Cyborg and stuff like that. But I want a more direct, and I'd like them to come out with a more direct, like, hey, this is our plan. Not saying that you have to have your stories ready yet, but saying, okay, we got Justice League. Here's Aquaman, here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that. We have our directors locked down, everything is cool, and you don't have to feel as frantic about our slate. You don't have to feel about so worrisome anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because DC they've been up and down and kind of shaky on what movies they're actually gonna make. So, of course, jump in those comments, holla at me, I'ma holla at you. I know it's a lot of questions, but you got my perspective, you got my opinion. I think Wonder Woman bodes well for this whole universe. I think Wonder Woman has turned this whole thing around for me, and I'm hyped. So let's talk about it. Anyway, before I bounce, I got to tell y'all to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check out those videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. And then hit me up at shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There is no better way that I can tell people that you like what you are watching. And of course, my shout outs go to LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And go see Wonder Woman again, man. It's definitely worth it. I mean, it is, right? Peace.